Hi everyone and welcome to day 8, the start of week 2 of 30 days to 1,000. Today is April 18th, which means that it's been exactly a week since I folded my first crane on camera for you all. Since then, it's been 7 days of folding and stringing and folding and stringing and tracking pledges and updating the website and folding and stringing and folding and stringing, but you know what? I'm having a lot of fun with it. This video is going to give you a brief overview of just what it is I've been doing over the past 7 days. Well, here it is, one of the two factors that determines the final amount we all donate May 11th to the Red Cross. This is the pledge board, of course, and it represents, again, how much each crane is worth towards charity. Now, this is a collective pledge. That means that everyone who's pledged as a group with their individual pledges of 1 cent per crane or 2 cents per crane or 10 cents per crane, all of us together are pledging a total of 38.7 cents per crane. Alright, calendar time. The calendar, of course, is where I'm recording all of the cranes that I fold on any particular day and add them all together to see exactly how many cranes I had on that particular day. You know, both new and the ones that I had from the day before. Hopefully I've set up the camera so that you can actually see the numbers on your screen, but if you can't, I'm going to run through them really quickly right now. Alright, here we go. Day 1, April 11th, 34 cranes folded for a total of 34. Because, you know, day 1. April 12th, day 2, 41 cranes folded for a total of 75. Yes, you move really, really fast when you're folding at least 34 cranes a day. Day 3, April 13th, 40 cranes folded, 115 total. Day 4, April 14th, 60 cranes folded in one day. Because I spent a lot of time in the car. Yes, 60 cranes folded on day 4 for a total of 175. April 15th, day 5, only 25 folded. But geez, I folded 60 the day before. Give me a break. What's important is that I hit 200. Next up, day 6, April 16th, 43 cranes folded for a total of 243. April 17th, that was yesterday, 24 cranes folded because I was a little busy. But I hit 267 cranes, which is actually a day ahead of schedule. The way I know it's a day ahead of schedule is because I've been keeping up with the progress chart. Why, hello there, progress chart. Don't you look so full of data points? Yep, the progress chart is now carrying a week's worth of data points. As a reminder, I am charting the total number of cranes folded against the day of the project. So, the red line, of course, is the ideal rate for folding exactly 1,000 cranes in exactly 30 days, which is 33.3 cranes per day, which is not the rate that I'm actually following. The blue line, this zigzaggy thing with the dots on it, is my actual progress. But it's okay that I'm not following the ideal schedule because it's still working out. Let me explain. This first dot here is day 1. I folded 34 cranes, which was just a little tiny bit more than 33.3 cranes. So the lines are pretty similar. See, they kind of follow each other all the way up. Right there. Then day 2, I folded over 40 cranes. So my line deviated a little tiny bit. Put me a little tiny bit ahead of schedule, but not by a lot. Again, I folded 40 cranes the next day, so that set me about half a day ahead of schedule. And then I folded 60 cranes, which set me really far ahead of schedule. Day and a quarter ahead of schedule. Then I folded less, and this brought me to only being a day ahead of schedule. Then I folded more, so I got back to that day and a quarter ahead of schedule. And then yesterday I only folded 24, so now I'm back to only being a day ahead of schedule. I'm actually really excited that I'm a day ahead of schedule a week in. I'd much rather be 2 days ahead of schedule, but the fact that I am actually 1 day ahead of schedule is great. It means that I have 1 day to fall back on if for some reason I can't fold a lot of cranes, or if I, fold no cranes because I slam my hand in a car door or something. Please don't let that happen. I'm not clumsy. I'm totally the clumsiest person on the face of the earth. Anyways, the 2 day buffer I'm going to work on building by trying to fold 40 or more cranes a day. And once I get that 2-day buffer, I'm going to try to go back down to 34 because I do want to finish on day 30, not day 28 or day 29. If I reach day 29 and I only have 2 cranes left, I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm going to fold 1 crane today so I can fold the last crane tomorrow, because that's not really very dramatic at all. But I will do the cranes in the 30 days, even if it's not at 34 cranes a day. I will do it. And I'm going to work on that buffer this week so that I can have it in those last 2 weeks when I know I have my finals and my papers and everything like that. But enough about talking about strategies for folding cranes on time. You probably want to see the actual cranes and not my face. Here they are, 267 paper cranes that 7 days ago were only squares of 3 by 3 inch paper. 267. Wow. I can't believe that I did all of that in just a week. So, as you can see, the strands are getting pretty long. There's now 10 or 11 cranes on each strand, and they are getting up there in height. Holding my metric ruler up to them. They are around the 18 centimeter point. You may do the conversion yourself. And they look really cool. I really love the purple to light blue gradient, but I'm not really sure about this dark green. I mean, I understand the need to transition from light blue to green, but does it really have to be the darkest green in the whole pack? I don't know, it just looks really tacky right now. Maybe adding the other greens and the yellows and whatnot to it will help even it out, but for now, tacky! I have a confession to make. Not all of those 267 cranes were folded in the last week. Only 261 of them were folded within the last week. The other 6, which are green, were folded when I first got the kit, which was maybe back in 2008? I don't quite remember when I picked it up, but there are some oldies on there. However, it's not like I'm only folding 994 cranes for this project. Instead, I simply used some of the extra paper to fold 6 new cranes that I simply didn't string. So, no worries, I'm not cheating, really. I'm still folding 1,000 cranes in 30 days. I just had to come clean. I think that's about all I wanted to talk about in today's video. Thanks so much for watching. I can't wait to fold even more cranes during these next 22 days. I mean, once I finish the green, I move on to more green, then yellow, then orange, then red, then pink, and then, before you know it, it'll be May 11th. And there'll be 1,000 cranes, and it'll be donation day. Speaking of which, I read recently that they're estimating that it'll take around $295 billion to repair Japan. $295 billion. Whoa. I mean, I don't expect to raise $295 billion in this fundraiser. I think that's a little more than one girl can ask, but I'm hoping that maybe it can be with your help so that each crane is representative of $1 towards charity. That's right. I'm hoping to raise $1,000 to donate to the Red Cross to help in the relief efforts. Right now, again, the pledge total collectively is at 38.7 cents. You only need to pledge a penny, which turns into a $10 donation once I fold 1,000 cranes. So if you're interested and think you can spare the $10, please send me a message either here on YouTube or on Twitter or on Facebook. You can read more information about the process on the Facebook page, 30 Days to 1,000. There's a link at the end of this video, as well as down in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and for those of you who have already pledged, thank you so much. That's all. Bye.